I wish I hadn't come here for this.
First announced last year, before we get to even more nostalgia, we have Instinction, for those of you kind of halfway familiar, a survival horror game in the making by an indie developer inspired by the Dino Crisis series. At the same time, this game is actually touted to be a AAA game and one that is being developed using Unreal Engine 5. Now, this game, for those of you who actually been waiting to hear more about, is right now in development for basically all consoles and PCs and due out mid to late next year.
After all this death, if you had the chance to do it all again,
Coming up next, we have Wilderness, or if I may, in its originality in Polish, Oddless Z, a game that I can't really help but remember the old game Forest. Nonetheless, however, a survival thriller game at its core about some guy who's suddenly thrown into the wilderness after a plane crash. Check it out. Technically speaking, Outback, which will translate to wilderness as well, or Oddless Z, is right now targeting PCs and old generation of consoles and due out mid to late next year. Coming up at number 3, we have the Swordsman X Survival. Now, this one over here is a martial arts themed survival and crafting game. One actually set in an open world where you get to develop and make it all the way to the top. Now, this is actually one of the indie projects in the making I've been wondering about since reveal. It is a good looking game, it's got a good premise as well. Only problem it is it's lacking a release date, which is rumored to be coming out in the next few weeks. Check it out. Coming up next, we have Delicium, what's described by its developers to be the world's first playable AAA blockchain game and a real open world, vividly AI powered, truly play around title. Honestly, well, not much to say over here except I think that's a bit of a BS, but you'll be the judge of that. Delicium is said to be coming to PCs only and due out in the next few months. Check it out.
Their lies intoxicated you.
On the other hand, we have, actually from no more than a week ago, by the same publishers of some great games in the making as I'm speaking, such as Vampire the Masquerade, Lord of the Rings Golem, Steel Rising, and a hell of a lot more. And well, this is where I'm getting at. These fine folks just came up with the reveal of a brand new IP going by Hell as us. What looks to be a third-person action-adventure game built using Unreal Engine 5. Check it out in case you missed it. Talk about indie games, we have Rooted, actually a brand new survival game that is inspired by Last of Us and using Unreal Engine 5. Now you gotta consider the fact for this game that it is in very early stages of development and set to be coming out in about a year from now. Once released, however, it'll support co-op play, a day and night cycle, season shift and all. However, in the case of story, folks at the team promise to come out with even more updates on that one. Check it out in case you missed it. Scorn, on the other hand, just received a new release date and it is now launching October this year, possibly at the end of it. It was previously announced to be coming out to the Xbox Series X and S and also PCs, pretty much acting as a Microsoft exclusive. Well, they even came up with another trailer for this game to celebrate the announcement, but just in case you are somehow new here, this is a first-person, mature-rated, exploration-based game. Check it out. As in the case of Avatar, however, Ubisoft just came out with the news that the new game is still on its track of 2022 late release. This news actually comes from a couple of months ago, and since we haven't even seen no actual gameplay of this game to this day. There is even a good chance that this game will actually be delayed to next year. However, just in case you are hyped, Frontiers of Pandora is an open world action RPG at heart, and it is coming to PCs and the next generation of consoles only. On the other hand, we have Pirates VR, what's touted as a linear storyteller, virtual reality mystery adventure game, and one set in an island somewhere in the Caribbeans. At this point, I'd just like to mention, just please consider getting yourself a VR headset if you could afford it. This one is actually a must if you're into puzzlers specifically, and well, in case you're wondering, it is said to be coming out in about a month from now. Check it out. On the other hand, we have Project M. This is specifically one of the Souls-like RPGs I've actually been looking to hear more about since the reveal last year. Regardless of the hype though, there's been no actual updates on the game itself. What we do know is that this game is coming to both consoles and PCs. It is being developed by Hound 13, a South Korean developer who's described this game as a Souls-like action RPG at its core. Check it out in case you missed it.
Let's hope those terraformers don't wake up before I finish the job, so I can pick you all up. Assuming you find Agent Sienna, and she's still alive. Okay, I'll lead the way. I lost contact with the troopers when they entered the cave over there on the left. Remember, recruit, you're part of the Triple O now, under the wings of the mightiest fleet the galaxy has ever seen. But here, within the Twin Planet system, you're on your own.
Let's finish this.
But all you needed was a distraction. I gave you a distraction.
I just watched a student take down your distraction. Who is this child? Are you not telling me?
But perhaps you shouldn't involve yourself with that just yet.
Let's go.
Enemies possess unique defensive and offensive abilities, including blasting curses, stunning spells, enchanted weaponry, and more. While some may attack directly, others might enchant and incapacitate you. Mastery of the shield charm allows you to deflect ranged spells and direct weapon strikes.
Defenders! Oppose us!
Counterattack with powerful stunning charms, allowing you to follow up with extended spell combinations.